As you guys saw in episode 1, we had a lot of work to do with free agency, and I think overall we got what we needed basically. But there's a couple big signings I want to point out to you guys really quickly. Jay Ajayi went to the Browns. Jason Verrett went to the Rams. So their secondary is even more stacked than it was before. Hankins goes to the Bears. Trevor Williams goes to the Giants. Randall Cobb's going to go to the Dolphins. It's actually a pretty good pickup by them. Ken Crawley goes to the Washington Racial Slurs. Cameron Wake to Kansas City. And you guys can see there's overall some pretty big players that moved around. And Mark Ingram, well, he decided to go back to the Saints. The biggest thing for us though is the NFL draft, and we are officially here. This is our Super Bowl right now because we were trash. And as you guys know, we have 3 of the first 4 picks, which is unbelievable. I don't think that's ever happened in NFL history before. And you guys gave me a lot of feedback on who I should draft. So I'm about to show you guys who the #1 pick for the first time ever in our brand new franchise is going to be. That player is going to be none other than my guy, Dmitri Green. As you guys saw, we cannot pass upon him. He is a once-in-a-generation talent. At least that's what he looks like right now. Everyone in the comments was flooding and telling me I should take him. We're going to see what his overall grade is. I'm crossing my finger for something good. 81! Holy, he was ranked number 3, and we got him at number 1. Wait, he's ranked 3rd? You mean to tell me there's 2 people that are better than him that are at least an 82 overall? But look at this kid. 6'5", 228, 81 scrambling, 81 strong arm, 80 field general, 80 West Coast. For his ratings, 96 throw power. His deep accuracy is absolute trash. Like, we'll work on that eventually, but medium is 86, short is 91, throwing runs 82, play action is 88, throwing to pressure is an 84. You can see his speed is an 86. Oh my God, we've got a legend. 83 acceleration, 91 stamina, 93 injury. That was huge. That was the other thing I was worried about is how's his injury going to be? He's not really, I mean, he has an 81 for agility, but he's not really very agile. His spin move's trash, his elusiveness is trash, his trucking is trash, but he has a good stiff arm. I think we just got our franchise quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. Now for the second pick, you see the Lions take Levi Colmar, a defensive tackle out of Auburn, and I don't think they really hit as strong as they wanted to because he's a 74 overall. Now with pick number 3, there's a couple of players on the board, but from what my scouts have told me, I don't know if a lot of them really make sense to me. I'm intrigued by Daryl Sanders. I don't know if we necessarily need a right end at this point as much as I want something else. I want to take a look at some of the trade options to see. A lot of you guys want me to go after that, running back, the power back, I think. Not Cameron Rodgers. There was another one. I think it was Devontae Royster. He's actually a late first rounder. He's pegged to be number 29. And as you can tell right now, we have the 29th pick. So technically, we could still see if he's there. I don't know if we necessarily need him, but I want to see what trade options are available for me right now. So looking at the trade options, the Bengals are offering 1 first rounder with a 2nd and a 3rd. Seattle's offering 2 first rounders. Okay, a first this year, which is 26, which could allow us to get that running back. A 2020 first rounder, which is probably going to be late. And then a 2020 second rounder. Okay, only 1 first rounder there from New Orleans. I want 2 first rounders so we can get that. Oakland's offering 1 first rounder. New England's offering 2, 1 in 2019, 1 in 2020, and then a 2nd round draft pick in 2019. So that's 2 picks in this draft, which is kind of key. Atlanta's giving 1 first rounder. Dallas is offering 1 first rounder as well. So to me, this is between New England or Seattle. I think I'm gonna go Seattle because I want that extra first round pick this year. And I think getting a 2nd round pick next year along with another first round pick next year is amazing. So we're gonna go Seattle. We're gonna accept that trade and we'll see who we can get next. Now, Seattle actually took the player that I actually wanted to pick here, which is the tight end, Dmitri Green. This kid was a stud, in my opinion, and we see that he's an 81 overall. So the tight end of the future, we're not going to get in this draft. Even though I kind of wavered on it earlier, I think I'm going to go ahead and take Daryl Sanders here. Look, he's got a 7.2 combine grade. He was 1st in broad jump, 3-cone, and a 20-yard shuttle, which means he's probably going to be decently fast. 4th in bench press, which is not bad at all. I mean, 32 reps at 225 pounds means he's still super strong. His 40-yard dash was 5th, and his vert jump was 14. So this guy, in my opinion, I have to imagine he's going to be elite. We're going to pull the trigger on the 6'3", 262 pounds, 78 overall. Look, they're saying I reached. It is what it is. He was ranked 17th. We got him at 4. But it's a hole that we need. We didn't really have a good right end that we could fill there. So 89 finesse, 81 speed, 84 acceleration, 80 tackle, 83 agility. Power moves are a little bit trash. His injuries in 85. That's a little concerning for me. But I still think this is a solid draft pick considering there were no really good offensive linemen or position players ranked ahead of this guy. So our next pick is here at number 26, and again, we're still in the first round. And if you forgot, We also have the 29th pick overall. So Nathan Russell, the quarterback that was slated to go super early, is still here. Maybe his combine grade is killing him. Cameron Rodgers, the elusive back, is still here. If you look at that really quickly, I mean, he was top 10 in everything except for bench press, so he's obviously pretty good. But something, I mean, a lot of you guys do it, but something's telling me to take this guy. Look, he's out of Alabama. He's a power back, and normally I wouldn't take a power back. But when have you ever seen a power back with a 4.4 40-yard dash? I mean, he was ranked second in 40-yard dash, third in 3-cone, and first in bench press. This guy to me looks and kind of feels like he's going to be, I don't know, the next Leonard Fournette. So at 6 foot 216, I feel like he's faster than they're thinking. I'm going to take a gamble. We're going to pick him. You guys told me to pick him. 80 overall. Okay. So he was ranked 6th, and we got him at 26. We got him way later than what we should have been able to get him. He's an 80s of power back, 76 of elusive, and 68 for receiving. So his hands aren't great, but he's actually rocking number 27, just like Leonard Fournette. So if he stays healthy, I'll be fine with that. 91 speed with 90 acceleration as a power back, and 92 trucking with 86 break tackle, 78 juke moves, not bad. 82 elusiveness, 86 strength. What's his injury? 90. Okay, I'm perfectly fine. His injury's a 90. His catching 74, but then catching traffic and everything else is pretty bad. But I think this is a heck of a pick, man. He's got fight for yards for his straight. He's an 80 overall. He's a quick development trait. We got another steal. We got our QB of the future, and I'm pretty sure we just got our running back of the future too. Our last pick here in the first round is basically, I think, going to be a dud. The left tackle that's there is literal trash, and everyone else here is doing great. We don't really need Cameron Rodgers, who's the only other guy I would consider taking here. And as you guys can see, a lot of these guys are way worse apparently than what they actually are showing to be. So there's some good talent here in the second round. We have, I believe, the first pick in the second round and the 10th pick in the second round. So I can go get some good talent, but I'm going to trade out of this pick right now. Now, with how this draft is going, I'm kind of thinking of stockpiling for the future. So a second round pick from the Saints in 2020, a third round pick from them in 2020, and then a 5th round pick this year. I'm going to go ahead and accept that trade because we're trying to stockpile for next season too. Now with pick number 1 in the second round, I know I need to bolster my offensive line, and I see this guy named Adam Ritter out of Florida. I didn't scout him, but he's second in the 40-yard dash, which is what it is. Actually, that's kind of important for a left tackle. 3-cone, he was first. 20-yard shuttle, he was second. His bench press, he was 8th. His vert jump, he was 30th, and his broad jump, he was 27th. Right now, I'm in between him and taking one of these tight ends here, but I need to gamble on a guy for the offensive line, because as you guys can tell, we're trash there. So I'm going to gamble here. We're going to take Adam out of Florida. He's ranked number 2. So wait, wasn't our quarterback number 4? Or 3, something like that. And then we got the number 2 guy at 33. 81 for agile, 80 for pass protector, and 80 overall for power. We just got our franchise left tackle in the same draft we got our franchise quarterback. 89 run block, 85 pass block, 80 run block power, 85 pass block power. With his injury, 92 for his injury, and a 76 speed left tackle. This is the best draft I've ever had in my life. We're back here in the second round at pick number 10, and so far I haven't missed on a draft pick, and I feel really good about that. But as you can see, there's a lot of fluff here at the top of guys that aren't really like super talented. Darius Williams is here. I would kind of love to take a gamble on him, but I don't need another running back with where we currently are. Kind of scanning through a little bit, and I'm not seeing much. There is a right guard here. We can check him out. 5th, 14th, 4th. Nothing overly crazy. He's probably like in the mid-70s if I had to imagine. A right guard would be kind of good. We also have LJ Champion, who's a tight end, but as you can tell, his run block, catching, and short route are all really trash. Nothing from his combine really stands out to me as well. And then we've got a center here in Brett Bolden. 1st in 20-yard shuttle and 1st in bench press, 5th in the 40-yard dash, top 15 in everything else. I was honestly debating between actually Benjamin and Champion, but I think Bolden's going to be a better pick. We need a center, obviously. We need an offensive line in general. I'm going to gamble on another offensive lineman here. 75. I'm not mad at that whatsoever. 75 for agile, 70 for pass protector, and 68 for power. But again, we're under agile for offensive lineman. Ranked 40. We got him at 42. So again, it was a good value pick. Overall, his stuff is good. 80 pass block, 76 run block. He's got some work to do, more of a finesse guy, and he's got pretty solid impact blocking. But overall, I feel pretty good about him, and he's another good addition to our offensive line. We've moved on to the third round, and again, we have the first pick in the third round, which makes me feel good. Jeremiah Jones is the only guy in this area that I've really scouted, because as you can tell, everyone above, we either scouted and they were trash or just didn't scout them whatsoever. So I need another corner. I definitely want to go somewhere there. I think we're going to try Jeremiah Jones. I don't really need a backup quarterback. Again, we're good on halfback. So we're going to see what Jeremiah Jones has. Second in vert jump, fourth in broad jump, and third in bench press. He's not the fastest guy in the world. He's not slow, but he's not super fast. 6'1", 189. His top skills suck, and I'm really scared about this pick. I feel like it's going to be not good. We're going to give him a shot. We reached, okay? You can't hit every single time, okay? Let's see what his ratings are. 85 speed, not great. Man and zone coverage are both pretty poor. His injuries in 84. You can't do great every time, you know? Okay, I'm sorry. It was a bad pick. In round number 5, I'm down to take a gamble again. I want to get a middle linebacker. Kesseley Scott out of Colorado State. 6.4 combine grade, which is pretty good. His 40-yard dash is not great, but he's top 10 in everything else. I mean, basically top 7 in everything else. I have no idea what his top skills were. I have no idea if he's any good. I'm taking a gamble again. We're not even going to look at his stats because it doesn't matter. He's bad. It's safe to say that that didn't pan out whatsoever, but I have another pick here in the 5th round, and I'm going to take it on a guy that actually fits our scheme and that I feel a little bit better about. Again, no idea what his top skills are. He's 6'4", he's 248, he's a vertical threat. His 40-yard dash, his vert jump, and his broad jump are all in the top 2. That's great. 3-cone is 4, 20-yard shuttle's 4, and bench press is 15. So he's not strong, probably not a great blocking tight end. I'm assuming his overall is going to be hit or miss for there. So I'm not going to overreact, but I'm going to take this guy, Darius Callahan. Okay, I'm not mad at that. 71 overall is good value here. He's ranked 82nd. We got him at 141. I think he's probably going to be okay. 81 speed, that's fine. 81 catching traffic. Those are both great. 80 deep route is great. I think his main issue, looking at his stats, is that he just can't block a bag of milk. Like, I think he just literally cannot block whatsoever. This guy looks like a project, but I'm not mad at this pick, especially after the last 2 that I made. At the top of the 6th round, this guy was projected to be a mid-4th rounder, and for whatever reason, he's fallen, which probably means that he has bad top skills, but he's a combine warrior, top 10 and everything. I gotta take a gamble on this guy. Out of Georgia, he's good at run support. We'll give him a shot. I'm going to cut him ASAP. The last pick we're going to make in the draft here in the 7th round is Z Alston. This guy was top 4 in 40-yard dash. He was top 10 in everything but bench press, which means that he probably benches about 125 pounds. But that's fine. I'm going to take him. He can't be as bad as the last guy. That's all I'm saying. 69 overall. Nice. Let's see what his actual stats are really quick. Okay, you know what? If nothing else, he's going to be our kick returner. 95 speed, 94 acceleration. This is good value in the 7th round, I think. 94 agility, 82 jumping. His route running's pretty trash, to be honest. The ball carrier vision's an 81. Could this dude play running back? 85 juke move, 83 spin move, 94 kick return. We just found the next Devin Hester. Mark it down right here. So it's time to recap the draft, and look, you can't always get a great player, and we got 3 at least really good ones, possibly more than that. Demetrius Maddox, franchise quarterback, 81 overall, great speed. Daryl Sanders, a great value at right end there at the top 5 pick at 78 overall. Devontae Royster, I think he's going to be an amazing runner. Even though he's a power back, the dude has good speed in my opinion. He's going to be a monster, 80 overall. We got Adam Ritter at left tackle to go along with our franchise QB, 81 overall. Brett Bowden, a center, 75 overall. And then it went downhill a little bit with the 71 with Jeremiah Jones. Went down again with Kesseley Scott. Went back up with Darius Callahan. And then just kind of went really bad with Cromartie. But we got a value pick here in Z Alston that I think could be the next great kick returner. I'm happy with the draft. Leave me a comment down below and tell me, what do you rate the draft overall? I think it was a pretty solid B+ in my opinion. Now, something our team desperately needs is a wide receiver, and there weren't really any wide receivers in my area of the draft that I felt like were surefire hits, or I just did a really bad job of scouting them. You be the decision maker there. But Eli Rogers was drafted by the Chiefs. They need a left tackle bad to protect Patrick Mahomes, so I'm going to try to work out a deal with them and just see how close we are. Okay, we're about halfway there. Now, keep in mind, I have a lot of draft picks this year, and we also drafted a left tackle in Adam Ritter, who's a lot better than Dawkins. So we're going to try to unload the 3rd rounder and a 6th rounder this upcoming draft to get this guy, and oh my god, we're so close. Okay, I think it's going to be worth adding a 5th rounder here, so I'm going to throw in a 5th rounder. We only have one 5th rounder, but if it works, it works, and we're going to see if it goes through. we got ourselves a franchise wide receiver. And if you want to know why I went and got Eli Rogers, he's already our highest rated receiver overall in a receiving core that's kind of old. I mean, outside of Zay Jones, we've got a 31-year-old, a 30-year-old, and then we got some young guys, but they're not really ready to contribute. So let's just see how good this guy actually is. So the big thing for me is he has a quick development trait, which is going to be pretty big. He's a possession receiver, which should work, but he's a possession guy that has 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 81 catching traffic. His short route and medium route are great. Deep route is a little trash, but our QB's deep route throwing is not so great. Spectacular catches an 80, agility's a 91. His release is already an 80. He's got the fight for yards. He covers the ball in medium hits, keeps his feet in bounds, and he's got a balanced penalty tendency. So I feel pretty good. His injury's only an 87. We're not going to have him do kick returns whatsoever, but I think this could be a guy that grows with Dmitri Green year after year. Now at left guard, we have Vladimir Ducasi, who's a 70 overall, and I don't like having a 70 overall at any spot protecting this franchise quarterback, so I need to upgrade a little bit. This is a short-term solution, so we're going to go after Ramon Foster, 6'5", 328. Yes, he's old. He's been in the league for 10 years. He's 33 years of age, but we're going to sign him for 1 year and just keep our fingers crossed that he can get the job done. We're also incredibly bad at right tackle, but there's not really a good right tackle on the market, so we're going to go after Adrian Waddle, and we're going to plug him in at the right tackle spot and just hope that he can be better than the guy that's a 65 overall. We've signed him. So here's a look at our starting roster as it stands going into game 1 of the regular season. We have Dmitri Green, our franchise QB, with Josh Allen and the Peterman behind him, which we'll probably get rid of him soon. We have Devontae Royster, our starting halfback. Patrick DeMarco is our fullback. We have Eli Rogers as wide receiver 1, Zay Jones at wide receiver 2. Then we have Andre Holmes at 3, Braxton Miller's also there with Jeremy Curley. On our offensive line, it's gotten better. It's not great, but here's where it is. We have Adam Ritter at left tackle, Ramon Foster at left guard, Brian Bolden at center. We have at right guard Mr. Miller, and then at right tackle we have Mr. Mills. So solid offensive line with Charles Clay's at 80 overall tight end. It's good. It's not great, but I'll take it for right now. Defense is a whole lot better in my opinion. We have Micah Hyde at free safety. We have Smith at right outside linebacker with Edmonds at middle linebacker, and then Shane Ray at left outside linebacker, one of our free agent acquisitions. At strong safety, we have Jordan Poyer, but we also have Dean Marlowe behind him, who went to JMU, so I'm secretly happy about that. On the defensive side, down and below, we have Tre'Davious White as our starting corner. We have Sanders at right end, Lotulelei, a defensive tackle with Phillips behind him. And then we have Trent Murphy, one of the few guys that made it from the original roster that wasn't like a 90 overall or higher. And then EJ Gaines at corner with Phillip Gaines. And we also have Poole as well. It's not great. I think it's pretty solid. We've got some guys that can make some plays. It's not going to be a championship team, obviously, in year 1. But this team, in my opinion, is poised to improve significantly over year 1 and make some noise.